Hey guys, welcome back to my studio and to this week's episode of Creative Compass, my weekly vlog where you help keep me accountable for all things honest, creative, and in progress. I'm Kim Balthazar, an oil and cold wax abstract artist here in Northeastern Pennsylvania. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way to my little corner of the internet. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It always means so much to me that you came back to spend a little bit of your day with me. It means so much. All right, so as you might know, if you've been here before, I like to start my week out with a little affirmation, something short and grounding that I can return to when the week starts to get a little wonky, which you guys know it always does. So this week's affirmation is, sometimes letting go is the best way to free yourself. Letting go sounds so easy, but in real life, it can be one of the hardest things to do. Here's something funny. So over the weekend, I randomly borrowed a book called How to Let Things Go by I'm gonna butcher this name, Shunmayo Masuno. So I got it from our Libby library system. If you guys don't know about it, you can get free library books. You should check it out. But it was funny because I didn't even think about it at the time, but then I got this week's affirmation, and doesn't it feel kind of perfect? It's like, all right, universe, I get it. I get it. I'm definitely someone who hangs on a little too long to a lot of things, like to ideas, to projects, definitely to old habits, although I'm getting better at that. And definitely the pressure that I put on myself. And I'll be honest, I sometimes need to convince myself I just need to try a little harder, push through, and fix it. But you know what? Usually what I actually need to do is step back and ask if this thing I'm still clinging to, is it really serving me? Holding on out of guilt or fear only keeps me stuck. And stuck doesn't feel like peace, right? It doesn't feel like freedom either. When I finally let go of something that isn't working, whether it's a painting I'm working on and forcing, a story I'm telling myself, or a routine that's just, honestly, it's just really draining me, letting go might mean giving yourself permission to rest, or walking away from a piece that just isn't clicking. You can always go back to it, right? Or deciding to drop the pressure to do it all perfectly this week. So here's what I'm asking myself right now. And I'm gonna ask you guys too. What is it that you're holding on to that's actually getting in your way? And what might shift if you just let that thing go? All right, we'll check back in next week, see how everybody did. But right now, let's switch gears to my journal. As you guys know, what I usually like to do is go back and reflect and see what I managed to get done last week, what's still lingering out there, and what I want to focus on in the days ahead. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I really don't think that is serving me. I am putting too much pressure on myself, and it makes me feel unproductive when I get to the end of the week and I didn't do a lot of the things that I thought I was going to do. So what I am doing nowadays is I am going through the week and writing down what I actually accomplished. And I found that I've been a little more productive. So basically, I'm letting go of the pressure that I was putting on myself and the disappointment that I would ultimately feel when I wasn't getting my things accomplished. So I'm happy to report, though, that last week I was very productive. I framed and matted 2 of my 9x12s, and those went up on... All right, I'm jumping ahead. I framed and matted 2 of my 9x12s, which sold. So did that on Sunday. Monday, I went and I delivered it. It was a collector that has bought my work before. So we met up, delivered the paintings. She loves them. I love the fact that I sold them, and that was fantastic. So that was Sunday and Monday. Then Wednesday, I actually have an Amazon affiliate store. So I was going through adding all my items to my storefront. It's like a lot of, my art storage things. A lot of it is, some of my paints I get on there, definitely gambling. Arches oil paper, a lot of my mark making materials, that is all up there. If you want to see and check it out, it's on my resource page on my website, kimbalthazar.com. And I was working on that. So that is in the process, but definitely if you want to support me, that's another way you can support me in my art. And I would love it. And then let's see, Thursday, I invested some of the money back from my sold paintings and I bought more art supplies. So that is always exciting because you guys know it feels like Christmas when that order comes. Then I photographed and matted a bunch of my little paintings. I still have a bunch more to go, but here they are. There's going to be a ton going up on my website. I am a little bit behind on that. I designed a new website, at the beginning of the year. I'm still in the process of uploading the littles, so bear with me, those are coming, but there is quite a number still available on the site under the littles section, so you can check that out. And then Saturday, I had a gallery shift at Artifacts Gallery in Pittston, Pennsylvania. And I always do a live session when I'm in the gallery. So I went ahead and I did that. So I painted 4 new littles and I got to talk to my friends all across the world. So if that's something you might like, once a month, I'm in Artifacts Gallery. If you check out my Instagram page, I usually post notice on there and you can see when I'm going to be there next month. And that was what I did this past week. So see, I was so much more productive when I just did it than when I wrote it down thinking I was going to do it. So we're just going to move ahead and go with this format, at least for a while. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, see, I'm already like 2 things in for this week. So I am being productive, feels fantastic, and there's a lot going on right now. We got this guy coming up. I got 2 other new paintings I'm working on, a bunch of littles and some 9x12s and a 16x20. No, 12x16. So lots and lots of things that are happening. If this message resonates with you and you want to support me in my art, but buying a painting just isn't in the cards right now, it would mean so much if you just like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me more than you know. All right, so thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with me, of your week, of your evening or morning. I hope your week brings you clarity, calm, and maybe even a little bit of letting go. All right, stay creative, my friends. I will see you next week. Bye.